Hello, this is Okra Belzer, and welcome to Belzer Strategic Arcana. So it's my continuing multiplayer match with Game of the Colonel with the Blood and Iron scenario for Strategic Command American Civil War. I am the French, he is the Prussians, and this is the last turn. I just got a notification that the game is over. It's going to be airing on May 3rd, and I believe on May 4th, my epic match with the Colonel with World at War ends. So this was not planned. Yeah, it's bright green. So let's go ahead because we can do an AAR. Let's go see what happens. And then I'll talk about some of the mistakes I made early on. Now, mind you, the Colonel and I, we both jumped right into it. So we didn't even look into at the book or the guide. We just wanted to jump right in over our heads, and then comes to find out later on there are some things that needed to be adjusted by the developer Ryan O'Shea, which is Bite Nibble Chomp. I would send him screenshots as we were playing. We wanted to continue. Both me and the Colonel had to do with the war awareness. Anyway, it was frozen. I think what's going to happen is our national morale just drops to 0. I could have probably stretched this out longer by not going on my big assaults a little while ago, but you know, it was time. Mainly because my fighting spirit was spiraling out of control anyway. Frozen and snowing. This has got to be misery. Ooh, he shattered it. Yeah, country's going to get overrun. So basically, I think what's happening is the government just claps the will of the people. This is kind of a good example of how tough it can be to fight units in a blizzard. Oh, we'll see what kind of a victory it's going to be for the Prussians. All right. German major victory. Yep, so he got a major victory. Let's go look at the reports real quick. So again, I've been talking about this. Anyone just jumped in. This is a situation that coming October. Let's go look at fighting spirit. Coming October, the Prussians are supposed to get a war weariness mechanic, and hopefully Ryan will see this and he'll be able to explain a little bit deeper what was going on. And then November was supposed to it's supposed to get more harsh. The thing is it was counting small little towns too much and villages and everything like that. Let's look at the French. See, at the French, by having an army in being and holding what I had at this time without being surrounded in Paris, right? Or even Paris besieged and taken. I got this jump anyway. And there was supposed to be another one in November. I don't know if that leveled off, but of course there was a lot of combat going on, but it was just a downward road spiral. I probably enhanced it by pushing on him a little while earlier here. To get into his artillery because there was no way out. Yeah, we kind of knew something was going on right about here, and then so I was sending screenshots of we were looking over here counting the towns. So I'd go over to the Prussians and I'd screenshot and send them to him because he had to see how many they were holding and everything. So anyway, the numbers were off and it wasn't extreme. So there has been a patch and some other changes because of this match. I will put a link in the description. But anyway, there's patch notes. So yeah, there's early on. Let's see, where was it? Oh, Strasbourg. Yeah, let's see if we go purchase here. Production. Well, I have a. Oh, we go to new units. Yeah, and close. Let's go to the French. I don't get to do this very often. Okay, let's go to the French. Can we look now? Do this again. Close. Huh. Well, anyway, there was a cavalry unit supposed to come at Strasbourg. And he's changed it so it could be a Nancy. There's the FS, how they calculate FS with these little towns. It was accumulating too high for the Prussians. So it didn't counteract, I believe, it didn't counteract the war weariness effect that he was supposed to start suffering. Because I had a considerable amount of troops on the field, even though I lost Metz, Strasbourg, Belfort. Now, I did jump right in, and I was lured by, well, I saw an opportunity to destroy an army early on with a general, and I just had to do it. Otherwise, I had a really good line at Nancy. It could have probably held them up for a long time. Once I vacated Nancy, well, all of my supply here went down. I knew that was going to happen, but I thought, and it did work, I was able to destroy this unit, or this army group that he had here, and then get out, right? Belfort, I went later on and went after Belfort. Now, I wasn't really seriously trying to get to Belfort. I was trying to get him to divert as many troops as he could here, and then I got hung up in the mud. But if I would have got lucky on the weather, I might have been able to bag some units, and I was going to withdraw. So it was a feint or reconnaissance in force. It was to keep him from going and getting here. Now, I did allow him to, he had probes all the way out to here, as I remember. And then he had to start falling back, and, you know. So it was that earlier on, I did attack him pretty hard here, and I had a lot of successes. It was a fighting withdrawal. But I did vacate a lot of stuff out of Belfort. I wasn't really aware of just how cute his supply situation was, because he had taken a couple towns here. And I wasn't really familiar with the railways. Either was the colonel, I don't think. I've got him down, pretty down now. You know, after playing, I don't know how many of this. This is like the 70, would have been the 73rd turn. Probably about 20 turns in, I started memorizing where all these railroads were, right? And then I started studying the map when I was in between turns. And, you know, I saw some things I could have done. I could have made it a lot tougher for him to get into Belfort. Could have even fought for it. But I would have had to split my force. And I decided to combine all my forces here. But again, I had a nice line here, and they were along the rail lines, and he was getting behind me. He was in low supply, and I thought, oh, opportunity knocks, I'm going to go for it. See if I can cut him off and then destroy him. And I did manage to do that. But we lost Nancy, so there's that. So anyway, it was really a fun scenario. I do want to do it again, multiplayer, sometime in the future. Again, there have been changes. There's going to be more. There's going to be more partisans for the French. I haven't really looked in closely exactly where they're going to be. I do have the latest version, but I've been really busy with other games and stuff like that. So other matches actually, you know, SC here on YouTube, and then I've been doing some other stuff on the side, game wise, and then there's real life. Oh my God! And, you know, it's modern life. There's always something going on. But anyway, congratulations, Colonel. And well, I hopefully do it again sometime. I'll happily take the French again, even though they're destined maybe to lose, but maybe not. I don't know. Again, it's really a well done scenario. In multiplayer, You know, hey, I got to hold up the Germans all the way into December, you know, and maybe with if the war weariness would have kicked in like I suppose it does now, and especially worse for the Prussians in after November with this terrible weather. And I have a large enough army. I have to have at least 20 units within 60 hexes of Strasbourg, so he can't get to minor victory. It's automatic otherwise. You know, we could play cat and mouse all day long, maybe even trap him. And if his national morale's going down, we have some successes on the battlefield. You know, it could have been maybe a different outcome there. You know, in a different match. And the colonel's also, he's savvy too now. So, you know. So whether I play him or somebody else in the future, I definitely want to do this. And again, thanks Ryan for making this scenario. A lot of people have been waiting for a Franco-Prussian War, man, for a long time, and it's great. So, well, with that, this is Oko Belzer, and thanks for watching and following this series. And we will see you on the virtual battlefields. I am gone.